welcome to another video. It's your boy Cheesy. Today we're going to be showing you guys the most expensive apartment in Winnipeg. If you live in Winnipeg, you've probably heard about this apartment, 300 Main. It's just outrageously expensive. So I'm going to give you an inside view of what it feels like living here. So today I live in one of the cheapest ones here. You know what I'm saying? Under my tax bracket still. But we've got this little space. This is my kitchen space and slash dining. So you have this counter that goes like underneath. I think it's a pretty interesting design. It actually caught my attention when I did come in here. So it acts as a low dining. You don't have to get a dining table. Basically, you get that. But before we get to the rest of the apartment, real quick, I've lived here for 3 years and I'm actually finally moving out of this place. And I thought I'll show you guys what my space looked like and how I was able to actually put my place together and what it actually feels like living here. So yeah, let's get into it. We've got the kitchen over here. You know, I've got some kitchen stuff, dried mango, but this is basically where I chef up all of my meals. You know what I'm saying? Microwave. I think you have enough cabinets, like enough storage space for a 1-bedroom for a person living by themselves. I have quite a lot of space to put stuff in, so I never really like worry about space. Freezer and fridge, so more storage space. I got my artwork over here, and then we have a dishwasher in this corner. Dishwasher here, sink. And moving on to the rest of the unit, this is the bedroom. Sorry, I said bedroom. You know what? I said bedroom because I sleep here like most of the times. I end up sleeping on my couch, but this is the living room. So this, if you've been in Toronto, you know I made this. The CN Tower here, quite significant. If you know me, you know I've been wanting to move to Toronto for the longest time, and we're finally doing it. So the CN Tower was a little bit of a manifestation, you know, of my time, hopefully moving there one day, and it's finally happening. So we're going there soon. Over on the right side of the living room, we've got my desk set up. I actually spend a lot of my time here. I think I spend most of my time here in this area. So we've got this chair from Amazon, standing desk from Amazon, MacBook, monitor, a bunch of like tech stuff. Like, I don't want to bore you too much. If you want to know more about my desk setup, I'm going to link the video up here, so go check it out. But anyway, desk setup here is where I cook up my videos. I'm going to cook up this video too. And we've got a little balcony space. I'm going to show you guys what the balcony looks like. You see the whole city-ish. I like that I have a view of the Human Rights Museum and that Looker Bridge. At night, it turns on, like, it's kind of colorful. It's kind of cool at night. But you do have a view from here. You can see I'm facing Main Street. During rush hour, it gets crazy. Like, it's super loud. Yeah. I don't think I really got to use this balcony a lot because I feel like for the most part of the year, it's always cold. And we get like summer for like 4 months. So I don't really spend a lot of time here. The time that I do, I'm carving the mic, so I don't want it to be like crazy. But the time that I spend here, I do actually like spending time on this balcony. It's just sometimes it's either too hot or too cold. Let's go. All right, so again, this is the living space. This is where I basically spend some time. If I want to relax or sleep on the couch, like I said. And then we've got my desk, I'm tripping. My TV setup here. TV no longer works. I think it's done. It's ready for me to leave. Doesn't work anymore. Bench for my chair. We've got, by the way, I did not organize my place today. I'm gonna show you guys what my apartment actually looks like. So it's kind of a bit messy. We've got a bunch of tripods here, camera stuff for filming. I got this from Etsy. If you guys look around my apartment, you're gonna see like I have like a bunch of cars figure going around. Over in the background there, we also have one there. And over here, I have this art that I got from Marshall's. This is from Marshall's Homesteads. And I just thought it was cool. That's why I got it, honestly, nothing crazy. And then I have a bunch of these lights around here, over there, and over this clock as well. Yeah, that's too far, bro. Like, you could have just did it like this. Let's do it again. Oh! I have a bunch of these lights like here. I have one over there and by the clock. You know what I'm saying? But that's pretty much it for this living space. I'm gonna show you guys the bedroom in a bit, but before we get to the bedroom, this little pathway here, I have this, what do you call this? A cabinet? Shelf. That I got. This is an IKEA shelf. But first of all, look at my medals, guys. So this is how you know. I want you to know when you come into my apartment that I am a marathon runner. You feel me? So we have a half. I did a half marathon in Fargo. I got a full marathon in Vancouver, and then I did this one in 2025 in Manitoba. And so I've got 2 half marathons and 1 full marathon. and I was gonna have a fourth one, but I had a little injury when running my last marathon. So on this shelf, I have basically some camera stuff. I have a bunch of perfumes here, my camera setup, and some more camera gears here. But this shelf basically has a lot of my shoes. I feel like I don't have a lot of shoes, right? Like I just have a little bit of shoes, you know what I'm saying? Nothing crazy. 3 of the same pair of shoes. So I feel like I don't have a lot of shoes, right? Yeah, this is the washer and dryer. Like I said, this is one of the more cheaper units in this building. And we have the bathroom here. I prefer to have a working shower than a bathtub. I don't really like bathtubs, really nice. Yeah, I have my towels here. This to make sure I'm not getting too fat, you feel me? Not that I'm saying anything about Patio, but I'm gonna cut that out. When I first moved into this building, there was a water damage and I kind of had to like not live in my unit for like a week. I think I have a video that when that happened to me. So if you've been watching the channel, you actually probably saw that, right? There's always been like some type of water damage in this apartment. It's kind of weird, but that's one thing about this place. I don't know, it's very like iffy. So yeah, it affected me and it affected some of my neighbors who also live here. Just so you know, if you want to move in here, like there's always something going on with the water, like a leakage, or maybe your heater's not gonna work. Sorry, your hot water is probably not gonna work or something like that, right? It's weird. But the bedroom, we've got the bedroom. Nothing crazy, it's the bedroom. This is where the magic happens, you know what I'm saying? I think this bedroom is actually quite big for one person. This is a full-size bed. I think a queen-size bed will still fit in here. You still get a lot of space. But I get a nice view from the bedroom. From here, you can see the Canada building. And just, yeah. Funny story, one day I woke up, opened the blind, I came here and I was like, you know, and then boom, I see a crash. Crazy, it just happened in a split second. That was the craziest thing that I've seen in this bedroom. But I woke up one morning, see a crash, crazy. But anyway, bedroom, we have my local mirror in this corner, get my OOTDs going, you know what I'm saying? This is where I come to study if I want to study. And then we have actually quite a wide closet. So this is actually a really pretty decently wide closet. Like I said, it's a bit messy right now, but you can see how much clothes I have in here and you can fit a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna show you guys the rest of the apartment because like I said, one of the reasons why they charge in this place is because of what you get in the apartment building. Location of the apartment, how central it is. It's actually at Portage and Main. So if you live in Winnipeg, you know Portage and Main is like prime downtown core. And so you get access to a lot of good transit. If you don't want to drive, you can take the bus easily. But let's take you guys to the second floor. So we're at the second floor right now. It's a bummer that there is no pool in this building. I feel like can't really have it all, but everything is FOB controlled. I think if there was a pool here, it would probably be here. This would have been a good spot to have a pool. Like this little corner right here, you know, this would be nice for a pool. It's super windy right now, so I wonder if you guys can hear me. But I think a pool would be nice here because you have like, no one sits here really. There is indeed a dog park because the building is pet friendly. So we get a dog park in here. You have a nice panoramic view of downtown Winnipeg. Like, you know, not the whole of downtown, but just a little bit of it, right? And then you have this big old cat here. If you've come to this building before, you've probably seen the big cat downstairs on the lobby area by O's. There is this big dog downstairs. This is a big cat. And then we have some more sitting area to hang out with friends, and then some more views. We have a barbecue spot here. Actually, let's go over there by the barbecue spot. There is about 4 barbecue spots here to come, I guess, make a barbecue. You could use this whenever you want. I think in the summer, most of the time in the summer, in the winter it's closed up. But in the summer, you could just come out here and just come cook something up. And you've got some more sitting area here. So there's actually quite the amenities here. I feel like you don't really run out of amenities. Plus we get like a parkade. I'm not gonna take you guys there because I don't want to show like people's cars. But we have about 9 chargers in the parkade. Great if you have an EV, so you know you're always good. And the charging is free. So I'm gonna talk about the things I don't like about living here in a bit. we're at the 40th floor right now, and this is like the rec area, the lounge area for the residents. Actually, one thing I like about staying here is they always have like a bunch of stuff for the residents. I'm whispering because people come into work sometimes, so, but there's always a bunch of stuff for the residents. There's like a whole summer calendar for stuff that we can do in the summer. Yeah, it's actually been fun this whole like summer, but actually I think it's funny because we really only have 3 months of summer. June, July, August, boom, that's it. And then the rest of the year is winter. Crazy. But yeah, you got a bunch more space here. You have an outdoor patio space. I think we can probably go there. It's not that rainy. But this is like actually my favorite place to come at night, like because the view from here is amazing, and you can get to see all the lights at night. It feels like you're in like LA or like Toronto or something, right? And then there's a little fireplace here, which I think is cool, but it's crazy windy right now. Let's go in. If you work from home, you can literally just come like sit anywhere here and just like work, right? There is a games room for T-Play, and I'm gonna show you guys. If you want to hang out with some friends, if you just want to have a chill evening or afternoon or morning with some friends, you can come out here, play ping pong, play pool, watch some TV, and also you get a nice view. I think from here you kind of see how flat the city is, because I feel like you can see the whole city from here. Like Winnipeg is so flat, there isn't really much going on. You can see basically the whole city, bro. Like that's probably where it ends, somewhere there, and if you wrap around this whole like floor, you can see the whole city. My bad. Anyway, we get this TV here. I've been watching the World Cup here. It's actually fun with my neighbors. But you get this little like lounge space to come sit and hang out. You get to see the Human Rights Museum, plus the Provincial Bridge. If you know how to play, what's that thing called? Poker. If you know how to play poker, fun, but you can't really gamble up here. And then you have another patio space out there, which I think is cool. Anyway, I think this is one of my favorite spots here. I'm gonna show you guys the dining room where you can reserve if you have like guests that you want to have an event. So let's go there. Actually, check out the space too. This is actually a nice little fireplace. Sometimes like it's not turned on right now, but like in the winter, usually when it's cold, it's actually nice. Looks nice. So this room is supposed to be the dining room, 49. You can reserve this place if you have an event. It looks like someone had an event here already, which is already done. So, welcome to 49. It's also another liquor space that you could come hang out with if you live here. There's a little kitchen here. I think sometimes like if I'm like bored of cooking at home, I just come here to cook. It actually only happened one time. I came here and I made steak and I had it with a friend. It was cool. What's that? Oh, yeah. So you get this little kitchen space. I think I wish my kitchen in my unit that I live looked like this, because I like the black finish more than the white finish. And you have this big old island. A nice view from here. You can see the airport actually from that corner. Sometimes you can see planes like taking off over there. And the sunset here at night is crazy. And over here you can see the TD building. The top of the TD building. If you've never seen the top of TD building, let me show you guys. That's what the top of TD building looks like. If you're from Winnipeg, you know what I'm talking about. The TD building, that's the top of it. You can see the Richardson building. I think the Richardson is the next tallest building. That one over there. And then we've got, I don't know which one is taller between the Richardson and the BMO. I'm not sure. But this building right now, Third Germain, is the tallest building, and probably why it's the most expensive one anyway. But you got high ass ceilings up here, and we have the rest of the space. Basically just a little spot to hang out. I think it's really good if you like to host people. To just have, I've invited my friends here a lot of times, and I've hosted a lot here, and I just have people come and we just have a good time. And I've taken quite the thumbnails at the spot here. You feel me? I like this setup, honestly. I think it's one of my favorite spots to just come and chill. and think about my life, I think if you're here, you feel like Winnipeg is nice, you know, but you just realize there isn't much going on. When you look outside, you realize there isn't much going on. Red River from this corner, you see the whole of Red River and the, what's up? That's the Blue Cross Park, I think right now. It used to be called the Shaw Park before, but then you get to see the whole of Red River here and a bunch of other, that's waterfront in that corner. That's it. But this 40th floor is actually one of the reasons actually why I would come here like a lot, to just come relax or work. And this corner too, like you can just come sit here. Looks like someone's there right now, but so yeah, that's pretty much the tour of 300 Main. First time from someone who I've lived here for 3 years. I think I moved in here when they opened in 2023, and you know, it's been quite the journey. It's kind of sad, bittersweet that I'm moving. As much as I like this place, there's something I don't like about it. The fact that there's always some type of water damage going on. There's always something like yeah, go read the reviews on Google. You're gonna see.
So this was the state of my apartment a couple months after I had moved in. There was a really bad water damage across the entire building. Some people had to move out. I think they gave some people some new units. Mine was really affected too, but I only couldn't live here for about a week or so, and there was no compensation whatsoever. But stuff like this keeps happening.
Nonetheless, I think it's a great place to live. The community of people that live in here, I like that they have all these like events going on, right? So it helps bring all the neighbors together, and you feel like there's a little bit of a community that actually lives in this building. So that's very nice. The staff, they're so picky, bro. Like when you reserve a spot, they're like super picky. Like it kind of stresses me out sometimes if I'm having a party or something and they're like, you need 24 people, and I have like 25 people and they're on my neck, bro. But I guess just follow the rules. If you follow the rules, you're gonna be good. Don't be like me and like break some rules here and there. And like, yeah. But other than that, there isn't really much to be picky about. The bulbs die a lot. For example, look at this one. This one's dead right now. That one's dead. But yeah, that happens a lot. I would call maintenance to come fix it. They're actually quite on top of it. I just haven't called maintenance. But they're usually on top of it. But it just dies a lot. And you can't fix the bulb yourself. You have to call maintenance to come do it, which they always do. So I can't even complain about that. When it comes to noise, the noise out here is not that bad. Like I think the windows and the doors are actually quite soundproof, so you don't really hear a lot of the downtown noise as much. You do hear it, but like it's not like crazy where you can't sleep, right? So, but for me right now, I feel like it's white noise, so I'm used to it, right? And if you live in downtown, of course you're gonna get that, right? But other than that, this is it. This is my little space. If it's your first time here, my name is Cheesy. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you're gonna stay updated with all of my future posts, especially with the new things coming up, new and better things coming up. Let's go. Peace.